Today, I'm going to take the Insta360 One X on a low light test. .11 miles, 8 minutes, 58 seconds per mile, taking it relatively easy. The footage you just saw was the day after the Shamrock Shuffle, so a little bit of a recovery run, just taking it easy after that race. And I was still in the middle of my crazy work project. It's over now, but at the time it wasn't, so I was just sneaking out for a run whenever I could, and it happened to be about 5:30 in the morning, so a little bit before dawn. I thought it would be a good time to test out some of the low light performance of the Insta360 One X. But before I get into my thoughts today, I do want to put in some disclosures. The Insta360 One X camera is a camera that was sent to me by Insta360. However, they're not paying me to make this video. I don't think they even know that I'm making the low light video, and they're not going to have a chance to have any editorial control or input or make any requests for edits before the video goes live. So they're not going to get a chance to see it until you guys do. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the Insta360 One X and low light. For the run, I didn't really have a specific route planned. It ended up being an extremely windy day, and so I was trying to avoid a lot of the lakefront if I could. So I was kind of meandering, just back and forth, up and down, running around the loop, just kind of finding some interesting spots of light in the darkness. And so it wasn't a low light torture test, but I think a pretty good low light test. Now for the settings, what I picked for the camera was 3K, 100 frames per second, which is what I typically shoot at, so that way I can slow down the footage and put it into slow motion. And then I also had the shutter speed. You have two options. One is auto, the other is fast. I set the shutter speed always to fast because, again, I want to put it into slow motion, so I need high frame rates, high shutter speed, and that way I can slow things down and still have a crisp image, nothing that's too blurry. So those are the settings that I have. Now, I know for a low light test, I probably should have left it in auto in order to get a better low light image. But the idea again is that I need to be able to slow it down. So I need the high frame rate, and I don't think that longer shutter speeds or slower shutters and high frame rates really go together. So that's always kind of been the problem for me. I thought the footage from today was definitely usable, but in the really darker parts of the run in the beginning, there's a lot of noise in some of the darker spots. Everything looks really kind of grainy, and so I didn't really love the footage. I liked the parts when I'm running by lights because the contrast is really nice. So I liked running with it in the low light, but in terms of my overall satisfaction with the image quality, I'd say it's about average. And same thing with just the overall image quality in general, even in brighter lights. I'm happy with the image quality. I'm really happy with what I can do with this camera. But there are times where I just wish the image were a bit sharper, that there was a little bit more resolution and more kind of data to work with. And I definitely felt a little bit of that pinch in the low light test today. There's a lot of times when I'm looking at the footage where I just feel like it's all really grainy and a lot of noise, which I I think, you know, if you're pixel peeping, you know, leaves a lot to be desired in terms of the amount of noise and the amount of kind of fuzziness or softness that I'm getting. But in an overall image, just like kind of pulling back a little bit and just watching the four corners of the video, I'm very happy with what I'm able to achieve with just this one little camera. It's the workflow still takes me a really long time. It's something that I'm trying to get faster at, but overall, I just really do enjoy running with and shooting with this camera. Let me know what you guys think about the clarity and the quality in the comments. Or if you have any questions, feel free to put them down there. I'd love to talk to you guys a little bit more about it. Before I go for today, I do want to talk about the charity run for the week. The charity runner for this week is Phil Dawkins. He's going to be running the London Marathon in just about a month. And he's raising money for MS UK, which is an organization that helps people whose lives are affected by multiple sclerosis. I've been happy to donate £70 to his fundraising efforts, and I'll post a link in the description in case you'd like to learn more. That's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yo, what's going on?